I scoured the internet and asked Reddit for some of the best vibe setters in vanilla Minecraft, and that, along with my building knowledge, has allowed me to put together a comprehensive list of atmosphere builders to create your desired vibe for your Minecraft world. I'll be reviewing the best ways in which you can make your world feel alive and rank them on a scale from 1 to 10. Without further ado, let's go.
Reddit did not respond. Join r/Druza to join me in the discussion of the different aspects of Minecraft.
So we are here on the Forever World, and these are some of the trees that I made in the last episode. We can see we got these birch trees here, and then this is a bigger tree that I made that I'm not like super stoked about. For right now, I like it. It just needs to be a little bit more full, I think, with the leaves. But overall, I do think that the feel of the trees just kind of make the biome seem a little bit more enhanced, less of like a Minecraft biome, but more of like my own custom biome that I've made here. So yeah, I do think custom trees add a lot to the build, but I just think it can be really difficult to actually make them. So just make a few at first, try to get the feel for what kind of tree you're actually trying to make, and then implement them into your world. So hopefully as we go on with this world, I can add some better looking trees into the future. Next, we're going to be talking about like moving objects, so things you can just put in your world that move, make it feel a little bit more alive. So we got the minecart, and this cow just like randomly went in here. Before you call me out in the comments, this cow did voluntarily hop into this minecart, so don't call me an animal meanie in the comments. But yeah, adding something like this really just adds a lot of movement to your world. Same with this kind of stuff, just piston extenders, even things like a skulk sensor that just move around, just adds a lot of movement. End crystals too, while they are kind of dangerous, and I don't want to get anywhere close to this end crystal, they do look really cool and add a lot to your world if you want to have some cool flexing things on your world. Same with anything like this head. I love this thing. This is a great addition to Minecraft, I feel like. Even like putting it against a block and having it stick out, and maybe, I don't know, you could have that as some component to anything really. Lights flickering, things opening and closing, just having this type of stuff really adds a lot to your build as well and makes it feel more alive and full of movement. Alright, so next we have mobs to add to your build. Adding mobs to your build just brings a lot of life in the way of just random movement. These animals and villagers have NPC tracking, which is just super cool. It makes a lot of random movement, so just making your world just feels so much more alive. Along with also, I know I did mention vanilla Minecraft, but just slight mods such as like animal movement and mob movement, like better animations, are just such a huge addition to the game, and it's just kind of a cool quality of life mod. Fully don't need it. This still works perfectly well for regular vanilla animations, but having movement like this just creates a lot of life for your world, with your dog wagging and laying down or bees blinking. Having mobs and stuff just creates a lot of life for your creation that you have in your world. So when you got your little dog and he's just following you around, watching you move around, it's just so cute. And you got villagers here interacting with the world around them, bees just flying around. These are some of like the best mobs for this. But even if you have like cows or sheep just walking around in the field, that also just adds a ton of life. And the vibe and the atmosphere of your world just grow through the use of elements like mobs. Alright, and next we have the Spore Blossom. These are most commonly found in caves, and they are super cool when it comes to particles. But as you can see, it kind of creates too many particles at times and almost makes it feel like a virus or something like that. So use them sparingly, but when you do, they are absolutely awesome. Yeah, so the use of Spore Blossoms in something like a cave, as you see here, can make it just like so good and so alive with these particles. These weren't here, just kind of look like, you know, your average cave. But with this, it makes it look like there's life down here and there's things happening. I highly recommend using this, and even using them above ground, as they add just such a cool element to, say, like a swampy area or somewhere where it's more green. So I highly recommend using this in your builds if you are able to put it somewhere. Just don't make your place feel like it's under quarantine for a virus. Alright, and moving on, next we have the campfire. So the campfire does so many wonderful things for your build, and I just limited it to chimneys and fireplaces, but you could do things like, the example that comes to mind is like a waterfall, having that just kind of be running water. The amount of mist coming from the bottom of a waterfall just adds a beautiful element to that I hopefully will eventually be using in my Forever World. But yeah, these are the two campfires. You have the campfire and then the soul campfire. So here are just a couple different variations of chimneys you can use in this, and also a fireplace as well. So this adds just some awesome particles with the smoke going on here. And here's an an example of using it as a chimney. I really like this build actually. I'm kind of happy with how this house came out, but this chimney just ties it all together and makes it look very lived in, like someone's actually cooking some food or having a fire inside. If you want to make the house feel more alive and look more alive, I would definitely add a fireplace to it. Alright, and finally we have my personal favorite, the Firefly bushes. And man, these have created some of the best experiences I've ever had in Minecraft when it comes to atmosphere and vibe. And while they look just like normal glowing bushes with no particles or anything like that, let me show you what it's like at nighttime. Here we have just this normal house with a couple things outside like someone lives in it, and then BAM! This beautiful vibe is just created with the noise and the look of these little fireflies flying around. This is one of my favorite things in Minecraft, the addition of the fireflies. I'm from the Midwest of America, and this sound and this feel of the fireflies, just simple summer times back home. I absolutely love the feel of this bush, and I give this one a 10 out of 10. All right, y'all, thank you so much for watching. YouTube thinks you like this video, so make sure you check it out, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.